This podcast is brought to you by Marcus Rodriguez. If you're looking to buy or sell your home in this competitive market and you're not too sure where to start, look no further than Merced's preferred realtor, Marcus Rodriguez. He'll make sure the process goes as easy as possible, and you can reach him at 209-554-1715. Visit his website, www.myagentmarcus.com, or email him, info@myagentmarcus.com. This episode is brought to you by Thore. If you're in the Central Valley area and you're looking to get a tattoo, look no further than this dude right here. He's a versatile artist that specializes in black and gray realism. He's located in Merced at the Merced Tattoo and Piercing Company, and if you'd like to get in contact with him, either stop by the shop or reach out to him on Instagram. His Instagram is @_Thore with 5 E's. Once again, that's @_Thore with 5 E's. This episode is brought to you by Be Junk Free Merced. Everybody has stuff that's taking up space, but not everybody has the time, energy, and equipment to do something about it. That's where Scott Livesay comes in. If you have stuff that's overtaking your garage, yard, that spare room, or even a storage unit, give Be Junk Free Merced a call. You can reach them at 209-233-1519, and they'll give you an estimate and get back to you as soon as they can. This episode is brought to you by Patriarch One. Patriarch One LLC is a website, email, domain management, and design company. They can create your website from startup, refresh your current website, and even deal with domain transferring. Not only do they build a website for you, but they partner and manage the entire domain for you. They offer promotional gear as well, like business cards, shirts, pens, and anything with your logo on them. If you want to get in contact with them, you can reach them at 408-728-8001. Visit their Instagram, patriarch1.llc, or email them, info@patriarch1.com. This podcast is brought to you by Duffy.murphy. Whether you need studio time, mixing and mastering services, or someone to clean up that podcast audio, he's your guy. And trust me, because he's my guy. You can reach him on Instagram @DuffyMurphy or email him duffy.murphy@yahoo.com. Thanks for tuning in to Real Talk and Whatnot. My name is Micah D'Ailey, and I'm the host of the podcast, and this is a show where we highlight the talented individuals who live within the Central Valley of California and people in general who are passionate about what they do. Now, I know it's been a little while. The past week, I have had COVID, so I was just, really got taken out more than I thought I would. And so back recovered, feel 100% again, which is good. But it was just one of those things where it's like day number 3 or day number 4, I was like, okay, like I feel better, but I still don't know what's going on. Still don't know what's going on. I knew I had COVID, but like, just a lot of brain fog that I really, for some reason, I didn't think that I was like, when people say brain fog, what are they talking about? I just couldn't think. I felt stupid, honestly. But I'm back and better. So I'm glad to be back. There would have been a podcast out last week, but unfortunately, COVID got a hold of me. Shout out to the Still Here podcast. Got this cool merch, I got from them. I was on their podcast, and it's going to come out, I think, in June. And it was real cool setup, real cool people, real cool host, Jose Cruz. So if you guys have any time, go check out the Still Here podcast. Really, really, really fun. And dude, it's good to be back, you guys. It feels like it's been so long. I thought I had a lot to talk about, but I really don't know. I mean, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever you're listening to, just make sure that you are subscribed or you're downloading the episodes. You know the same stuff. And if you're new here, what's up? Thanks for tuning in, and I appreciate it. This podcast is all about the Central Valley. I'm just really happy that things are progressing with the podcast and everything else. We had 2 episodes left, including this one for season 3 of Real Talk and Whatnot, or a Central Valley podcast. I honestly go back and forth on if I want to just drop Real Talk and Whatnot and name it a Central Valley podcast. And the only reason is I think that people just, Central Valley podcast makes sense. What's it about? It's Central Valley podcast. Everything's all in there. Where I'm kind of afraid with Real Talk and Whatnot, now that I have the longest Real Talk and Whatnot, was a colon, the Central Valley podcast, that I have the longest name in the world, that I'm just like, I feel like it's like overkill. So I'm thinking about going just a Central Valley podcast. I'm going to take a little break, but it's not going to be like how I took a break last time. So the last episode of season 3 will air in June, and I'll probably will still release a couple episodes. And in that medium time, it may still have some guests on and stuff. I don't know if it'll be season 3, season 4, but just taking that time to, reevaluate the show and figure out where we want to grow from here, how we're going to get more sponsors, how we're going to talk to these people who want to be sponsors, and the different things that we can offer them, and all those other little things that are like behind the scenes. So that's what I want to do. But hey, thank you for being here. It's a blessing to be back talking to you guys. I feel really good about it. My guest today is a real cool dude. His Instagram name is Ty Barber Sign, and his name is Tyler Dew. And Tyler's a really cool dude. We went to Buhack together, apparently. Both of us found out on the podcast that we went to Buhack together. We had no idea. He's a few years younger than me, but still did not know that at all. But he's a really cool dude. He's a barber, obviously with the name Ty Barber Sign. And we just kind of talked about, how he became a barber and the process and the journey it took, because he basically hopped on Instagram 2016, 2017 when it really started to grow, and his Instagram grew exponentially, and it grew to like 200,000 followers. And we talked about like that process, how social media can be a blessing. There's a lot of negative things from it, but it can for sure be a blessing as well. We talked about just his journey, his process, moving up to SAC, and just trial and errors. I think people who are creators, whether that's being a barber, whether that's photographer, whether you're a teacher, it doesn't matter what it is. You can do things in different ways and do things different ways than other people are doing in your industry. So, with this podcast, I don't know, like something that I do different than a lot of other people is my promos, you know what I mean? So I put a lot of time and effort and energy into these promos, and then sometimes it works good and sometimes it doesn't, but you just got to bite the bullet, and it's like, hey, I created this is what I created, but for Tyler, for barbering, it was like little small things, like, okay, he in the beginning, he was like having his own merch and his own stuff, and it's like, you kind of weigh the pros and the cons of where your time is going, you know what I mean? And I think it's really cool because he kind of found out what he's good at, what the services he can offer, and the quality that his service is and his work is, you know what I mean? And so we kind of talked about that process, that everyone has a new process, a different process, and it was just a great conversation. I really, really enjoyed it, and I really hope you guys do too. So once again, thank you guys for tuning into Real Talk and Whatnot, Central Valley Podcast, longest name in the world. I really, really do appreciate it. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Ty Barber Sign. This is it. Real Talk and Whatnot.
Real talk. That's it. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk.
Exactly, dude. We could do it. Ty Barber Sign, but we'll make it sound like Ty Dollar Sign.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
And that could be the promo. That sounds like a lot more work than
Beach House too. All the beach houses.
Exactly. Oh, that's so funny. Let me make sure everything's going. Yep, I think we're golden. So you drove all the way from SAC just to come on this podcast, man, or what?
I'm sorry I'm late. I've been supposed to be here, but it was a perfect timing.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Over. And so who just got married?
My boy Michael.
Michael, and then Brittany,
yeah,
right?
Brittany and Michael.
Yeah, Brittany and Michael. That's cool. And I just did Alec and Athena's wedding last night too. Okay. Two of my buddies, or my buddy and his wife, but she's my buddy as well, Okay. But why don't you introduce people who may not know who you are, dude?
Okay, well, my name is Tyler Dew. Most of y'all know me by Ty or Ty Barber Sign on
Ty
Instagram.
Barber Sign.
Ty Bachi.
Yeah, exactly. You've been cooking it up in the kitchen, I see.
Yes, sir.
And how'd you get into? And people are gonna think you're a cook. I'm like, how'd you get into cooking, man?
Well, shit. I don't know. I've always been cooking. Like my uncles say, I was always making them bacon.
Oh, even
at
as
the age of 4, I'd hop on the counter, put the bacon in, the turkey bacon. Got to be turkey bacon.
Really?
It's just always been turkey bacon.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's rare, man.
But I mean, I love bacon. I'll eat bacon.
Yeah. But you prefer?
Just prefer turkey bacon.
Maybe it's like nostalgia. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's just something that's in my head. I don't know.
Nothing
religious or just
what part? What, because bacon's the pig's stomach. So I wonder.
I don't know. What's the turkey though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it the turkey stomach? Look that up. Look what part of the turkey.
I'm thinking of Thanksgiving, like a slice of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what part of the turkey is used for turkey bacon? Look at that, Duffy. We're using you like within the first 5 minutes.
A lot of people don't know that, so they wait right now.
What do we got? What does it say? The thigh.
It's like the neck.
Oh, there's the neck of the turkey. Looks hella nasty. It just looks like a little
put it in the gravy.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was, though.
Dude, okay, so it's a thigh. That was like so like I don't know, so anticlimactic. I was like, oh, what is this? It's gonna be.
Now I found out. I've been wanting to find out, but now
There
I
you go.
know. So
You're like, I prefer chicken thigh bacon.
but yeah, I just
actually,
started. My dad got me into really just watching him cook in the kitchen.
And your dad was always cooking growing up.
Yeah, and then I mean, me and my sister, we both cook, and then just being at home alone. But we really didn't cook too much. We was just top ramen.
Oh, dude, top ramen in a bag, not even cooked, dude.
Oh yeah, crunch it
back
in
in
the
back in high school, dude, you just crunch it up.
I learned that in middle school.
Yeah, dude,
I was
and
like,
just
what the hell?
I just remember like people just walk around, and it's funny because I see it now. Like, I used to be a high school substitute teacher, and so when I walk around, kids
People are still doing it.
Yeah, but it's funny to me because now I'm like, that doesn't sound like
People
that
would
doesn't
say
sound like a
back
good
then
snack.
you'd get worms.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just you know.
That would make me really stop eating
middle
it.
school folklore.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. So we talked about cooking, but what do you? Your name's Ty Barberstein on Instagram, and so kind of talk about how you got into barbering. Is it called barbering? What's it called?
I say being barber. Yeah.
Being a barber.
Yeah, just barber. You're perfect.
Yeah, barbering.
Perfect. Barber. I kind of got into cutting hair from Michael. He was always cutting my hair. My dad was cutting my hair at first.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how Michael started cutting me.
Oh, who's Michael again? Sorry.
Michael, the one that just got married yesterday.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
sorry. My apologies. Yes.
You're all good. So I got into cutting hair
Through him.
Through him, I see.
And he was already cutting hair.
Yeah, he was cutting. It was just like a few people watching. He's 2 years older than me, so he's cutting people his age, and I'm cutting people my age. And it wasn't a lot. It was just like probably like 4 or 5 people. At most.
And then you were like, I'm gonna try this.
Yeah, and then once I probably right when I graduated my senior year, I was supposed to do the Air Force, but I kind of backed out last minute.
Hey,
it was like,
I'm sure you're happy you did, like with the way things are in your life. It looks like you're having a great time.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well. I always think about it. It was it wasn't a bad option for me, or if somebody that doesn't know what they want to do.
Yeah, well, I went to the Air Force too at one point,
you did?
and
Okay.
and I was not into the Air Force.
Yeah.
But, okay. People were like, "What? I'm a patriot." No, I went to like the office in high school, and like it was just like I was like, "Oh, I kind of want to check it out."
Yeah.
Like, and I think if they would have like eased me into it, it would have been fine. But it was like I went there, and they're like. They were trying to sign me up like right then and there. Let's get you like 4 years, blah blah. I was like, whoa! I just wanted to see what this is about, man. You guys, if you guys would have like, I probably would have done it the second time, but good thing you guys were. Yeah.
I was. The way I decided, I was like, man, which one do I want? I was on the computer. I want to do the Marines. I was looking at all the promo videos. I'm like, this looks cool, like Call of Duty and stuff.
They're like, yeah. I've seen this before.
I'm like, damn, do I want to be a Navy SEAL? Like, they're over here. They look pretty cool swimming in the water.
Yeah. Carrying these big logs.
But Air Force, my uncle, he was in the Air Force, so I went out, right after I graduated, I went out there to visit Lackland Air Force Base.
Oh, yeah. I've actually been there before.
Yeah, so he showed me around. He took me to his job sites. And I talked to a couple people. They loved it from their experience that they told me. It was all said and done. I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. So I went out to, after that, a week later, I went out to Hawaii and stayed with my grandpa. Oh. And I was just gonna study.
Your grandpa, did he live out there?
He lives with my parents now, but
did he used to?
Yeah.
Was he like, were your parents born and raised out there or anything?
No.
He just moved out?
No, he was staying over there. He's not from there or anything.
Oh,
he was just living over
gotcha.
there for a long time. Was staying over there, studying for my ASVAB, trying to study, but I was just
having a good time in Hawaii,
chilling. Yeah. It was more a vacation than anything. But we were out there washing windows. That was his business.
Oh, really?
Go around banks, the malls, and wash windows. And then, I just got real tired of it after a month, and I was just like, you know what? Let me just go back and try this barbering stuff out.
Really?
So I came back, signed up for barber school.
And what does barber school entail? How long is it?
So barber school, what was it, like some 100 hours, like 1,800 hours, something like that. But basically adds up to 10 months.
Yeah.
So I went out to Moeller's Barber College in Fresno. So I came back after Hawaii. I came back, went to Fresno, did it for like 10 months, got my license, failed once, came back and then passed.
What's the test? Is it like
it was like hands-on. I passed the hands-on part, but I missed the
written or whatever.
The written part by like I think 2.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn.
I was trying to be a teacher for a little while, and there was like this test that I had to take, and what is it called? What is CSET? Right? Yeah. I was trying to do this like Earth and Space Science one. It was like, and I was like, I mean, I wasn't that passionate about like, you know, I didn't go to school I went to school for like a very general educational studies.
Yeah.
And but I tried to take it, and I was off. I took it twice. I was off by 1 point one time, 2 points the second time, and then after that I was like, I don't think I actually want to be a teacher. Like it just kind of pushed me in the other direction where I'm like, I'm gonna do what I want, what I want to do now.
You did the photography, right?
Yeah, photography, videography, and now apparently a podcast, huh?
Perfect. Because that's what I kind of got into when I was kind of like starting off like my brand. It was like, okay, now I need to start promoting, doing better videos, quality. I bought a whole bunch of camera equipment, drones and all that stuff. Try to promote myself.
Really?
And I'm just like, now I don't need all that stuff. It's just
Well, yeah.
the way things work out. Like I just do all my camera equipment. Not gonna lie, like probably like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Just because like we had my third kid. And he took up my third room. So it's like,
so you have 3, huh?
Wait, no. So I had a 3-bedroom, but that was my little man cave.
Yeah.
And then my son got a room, and then now my other son, but he's not in there yet.
Yeah.
He just,
you know, it's coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. No, I feel it. And I mean, with your videos, dude, iPhones are so. Like
it's crazy.
They're clutch. They're so clutch.
People always ask like, "What camera equipment do you use, bro?" Just use your phone.
Yeah, and people on even I went to one of my buddy's podcast, and he just used an iPhone to record. And like honestly, I was like that looks good. Like I would never know that was on an iPhone.
The only thing
like
I would say just have a iPhone shoots really well with social media content, and just make sure it's not downgraded quality. Yeah. Like
don't be using Snapchat, you guys.
Yeah. Don't be using Android on a Snapchat.
Yeah.
So
don't be using Android on anything.
At all, yeah, really.
Sorry guys. Come on. What are we doing, people?
I'm sorry. Apple is doing really well.
Yeah, well, and it's like I'm sure you have like a Mac computer. Yeah. Too, and then it's airdropping everywhere.
Is so simple.
Especially doing videos and stuff. Yeah. So do you do all your videos like in camera? Like in the app?
First when I started, what kind of like just took off for me when I was like probably like 2,000 followers. It was just strictly through the app because I just wanted to. I would watch. And
that was before Reels and stuff, right?
It was way before.
Yeah,
Reels.
like way before
2016. Yeah, 2017. So I was just going through the app, straight through Instagram app, and opening the app and just making short clips. That's all what it's really about. They just want short highlight clips.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not really
That's what social media is. You're not.
Yeah, because if I sit there and record for 15 seconds on one spot, people are going to get tired and swipe down. Like, that's why I post more videos than pictures. People are going to scan a picture within like a second. But if you watch a 60-second video, you're there for 60 seconds. It's always about the watch time.
And it's like I think videos are more valuable right now too.
A lot,
because I'll see people post just a picture that's a 3-second video though, and because you'll go to it'll be like 100,000 views, but it won't say like.
That's what TikTok's winning at right
now.
now.
Exactly.
It's the new Vine movement.
Yeah, I wish I could get it. I wish I could get into it more. I just like go to it and then I'm just.
I wish I could get into it more. I do like.
There's too many things to do in the world, isn't there? Like in your life, I feel like there's not enough time in the day.
People make the time too.
Yeah,
I see people going live on I'm like, what are you doing? Going live on my TikTok. People are actually watching them. Like, there's a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, that is wild.
Social media is a blessing.
Yeah, and it's interesting how it's developed from like because what year did you graduate high school?
2013.
13. So I was graduated 2011, so a little bit earlier. But I think during your time in high school, people were on Instagram, yeah.
Yeah,
because when I was in high school, just 2 years or people didn't.
I feel like Instagram was like kind of like my era when it.
Because I remember like my cousins were always younger than me, and I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, like you guys are getting hella likes!" Like, cause like I was like, everybody at your school has it, you know what I mean? So it was more of like a community based thing there versus like we all got it after, or I got it after high school. So it was like a different, you know what I mean?
MySpace was like
MySpace. So we had MySpace and Facebook was real big when at my senior year. Facebook was like MySpace was down, and then Facebook was taking over. And that was it. And then Instagram was like, oh, I guess it's a picture app. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's a fucking video app.
Everything.
Yeah.
I remember when videos started coming out, like, it was short videos too. It wasn't 60-second clips. I wish you can do long. I mean, I think you can.
Now
do
you can do, now you can do long, because I do like my podcast promos
Mhm.
that are like multiple minutes, But so let's go. Try to go back. So we're talking about when did you? So you started becoming a barber. Went to barber school. Me and you ran into each other like one time at the groom room, which is if you guys remember, Merced.
He reminded me at the first barbershop I really worked at. I thought it was.
You thought it was
I thought it was the shop on M Street.
It would have been like you're saying you were there for a week. I didn't normally go there, and I was like, can I get a haircut? And they're like, with him, I was like, yeah.
Got rated.
Yeah, rated. Yeah. Fucking. I imagine all the people who were mid haircut, and then it gets rated, and then you're like, I have half a fade right now.
I'm not really even a barber. I just started barber school.
yeah. But, you're actually like, I'm not associated with these guys at all, man.
I just got into this. What happened after that?
So you finished?
I don't think I started barber school after that. I think I.
So that was before?
I think that was it?
Or during, maybe.
I think that's when I had got back from
Hawaii.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's right when I got back. But it was so quick, I totally forgot. Yeah,
it was like you're saying, you're like, oh, I forgot I did that.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's like my one memory from us.
Yeah, so I just for real, I was just like, I know I cut your hair, but I was like, wasn't it in the garage? So after that, I went to the garage and stayed.
Oh, okay. And so you were in your garage just cutting hair.
I was in my garage.
For how long were you doing that?
I was doing that for a minute because I came back like in probably like August that summer after I graduated. No, I came back like in September, October from Hawaii.
Went to barber school. Then you went to a barber school.
I'm having a brain fart.
And then so you're in your garage for how long?
It was only like probably like 5 months, and then I started barber school.
Okay.
And then I was living out in Fresno, going to school. That's what happened. And then on the weekends, like I'd go back home and cut hair. Mm-hmm. And then once I graduated,
is that when you moved to SAC?
I went back home. Then I got called on by State Board. Somebody called State Board on me. Oh. Yeah, I don't think it was no client or no neighbor. My neighbors were chill. Yeah. They knew I was cutting hair, but I don't know.
Oh, because you're not allowed to technically. And what happens in that scenario?
But everybody knows, like, if you're a barber,
people do it.
But it was some hating.
Haters. Haters, man. Haters gonna hate.
I mean, it got me into a better position where I'm at now.
Yeah, exactly. It
forced me to get out of town because I didn't really. I don't know. I wanted to expand. I felt like I couldn't really expand.
Yeah, too much.
Being in Merced right now. Mm-hmm. I feel like, there's potential for Merced.
Oh, no, I was saying, in 2016, 2017, I feel like Merced was like, even the whole vibe in the Central Valley, I feel like it used to be like bad, maybe because I started this whole podcast and I'm always talking about it, But I feel like now, like, you go downtown Merced, you're like, oh, this shit does not look the same as it looked like a couple years, like 3-4 years ago. Yeah, exactly.
The new hotel.
Mm-hmm. So then you decided to move up to SAC.
Yeah, I moved up to SAC.
And what led you to SAC?
And so I was originally supposed to go down to SoCal, but that I was like saying, if things didn't work out there, it's a further drive back 5 hours. And I was like, I could go out to SAC. My sister's out there. I got, she can tell people about me, her friends, her girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever.
Yeah.
So I went out there, stayed with a cousin, and it was still close to home. It was like 2 hours from Merced. So
it's still
even on the weekend, like I could still go back home.
And a 4-hour drive is a lot, or 2
5 hour, 4.5, 5 hours from SoCal is.
Dude,
I'd rather.
Isn't the Merced? Isn't the freeway crazy right now, Merced?
It's ridiculous. I was coming here, dude. And you know how they were doing the roads?
There's like 2 different.
My friend got in an accident like ahead of time, like months ago.
Yeah,
I'm always hearing about accidents on this freeway right here.
Yeah. It's so bad right now. It is so bad.
I bet you there's a whole bunch of lawsuits going on.
Dude, when you go north, it's like the freeway splits into 2, and then you're on one of them's on the other side of the freeway, and the other one's over here.
Yeah.
And then anytime you go look at Google Maps, it'll reads like the one that's going fast and not the one that's going slow. Mm-hmm. And I literally went to I got a tattoo from Ricky a couple Like, yeah, a couple weeks ago. And literally, I got on the freeway in Merced, instantly stopped. It took me 30 minutes to get to Atwater. And I was like, oh my gosh, you guys.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like they need it, but it's
yeah,
like,
I get it.
They took way too long.
They're like, hey, we're trying to actively fix it right now. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, but it's like worse than it's ever been.
Yeah, it's just accidents on accidents.
On accidents. And it is scary, dude. It's just like two walls. You just like.
Especially at night. Like
Yeah.
I came into town at night, coming from Atwater. Like this is
Yeah.
bad. Like
yeah, that is pretty bad.
So I can only imagine like somebody that can't see at night. And I'm getting older and like
Dude,
my eyes are getting bad.
I need to get glasses. That's what I need to do.
Like some nighttime glasses or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
can't.
it's the lines and everything. The
I just
lights
look
and
at the
stuff.
white lines and hope I don't hit nothing else. Just to stay on track.
Exactly. So you moved out there to Sac with your sister, and your sister was out there.
Yeah, she was out there. And then I started promoting myself. I was passing out cards. Before I started like really taking social media serious, I was just passing out cards. But I didn't.
Wait, real quick, was Ty Barber sign already your name? Did you already think about that, or how did that come to be?
Before Ty Barber signed, it was Do Smooth.
Because your last name?
Is Do, yeah.
Yeah.
People think it's Drew, but it's Do, like Mountain Dew.
Oh, yeah.
Do like Mountain Dew. 'Cause they'll be like, damn, I forgot to put the R.
Oh, mine's like Diali, but it looks like it looks like deal or whatever. But I was
okay.
Italian, papasta, Diali, and they're like,
Diali,
oh, okay.
okay.
I'm like, no. I was like, the fact that I say papasta before and then I say Diali afterwards, like that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm like, does it though? I don't know.
So, what was it? So it was Do Smooth before, but I was like, I was listening to a lot of Ty Barber or Ty Dolla Sign.
Yeah, go fuck around.
Nah, I fucked up. I was listening to a lot of Ty Dolla Sign in the garage. I was my favorite artist, so that kind of inspired me to do Ty Barber Sign.
No, it's good.
He's
play
about
on
the
word.
dollar. I'm about the barber.
Hey, it's a good play on words. Someone misspells Ty Dollar,
Yeah,
Ty B.
so
I'm sure you pop up.
I get it all the time. People be like, Ty Dolla Sign. I'm like, it's Barber, but
I understand.
we're good. I understand. I did get it from you.
And you just thought about that one day?
Just thought about it. I was like,
Yeah, that's
I'm
kind
the
of
Barber
catchy,
Sign.
huh?
Because I had Barber Sign Productions as like the whole like
What everything's under.
like what I was kind of doing. Like that's
Yeah.
my studio name. So like production, I was doing a whole bunch of content.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I can abbreviate it with Ty Barber Sign instead of Barber Sign. Ty Barber Sign. Some people say Ty Barber Sign Productions. I'm
Yeah,
like,
a little
no, it's
too
just
much
Ty
of a-
Barber Sign.
You were
Like,
telling me, like, Real Talk and Whatnot, Central Valley Podcast. For you.
just say the whole thing. I'm just like, damn, you can shorten it.
Yeah.
But yeah, moved out there, started promoting myself, passing out cards. I did a lot for like marketing wise.
Mm-hmm.
I had printed out flyers.
And what made you were you just like, well, if I'm going to do this, got to go all in?
Yeah, I just gotta go all in, and it's like I gotta start paying for stuff. I gotta start being grown.
Yeah, yeah.
Grown up decisions. So, and how old was I? I think I was like 21. Yeah, it was right before I was 21. Because I didn't want to be in the house after that. Like, I just need to get out.
Yeah.
I need to start doing my own
You need to grow.
And so, got out before 21. I was like, all right, let me start putting up flyers. Let me go to the mall. Let me pass out cards. But I just felt weird I feel weird having to like give you my card. Like, hey, come see me for a cut. I'm like, if you have your barber, you have your barber. But I'd rather have somebody like want to come
Yeah.
get my service. So that's when I kind of took serious more into just posting content.
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody wants it, somebody's gonna come get it.
Yeah.
It's just like posting food.
Yeah, but what I saw with your stuff, like, because I've been following you since like before, or like when you were like didn't have that many followers to like now, you know what I mean? And so it's like interesting to see the growth of it. But I was gonna say, what do you think? Like, so you always were kind of like innovative more than like other people. Like even your services you offer are something a little more higher quality than like.
So that's what I was always doing. Like even in the garage, I started always doing the hot towel. Like
so and what is it? You put a hot towel.
Yeah, just like after
Is
fresh
the
cuts.
steamer the thing that's like on your hand and you're like going like this?
No, that's the hand massager.
Oh, and so what is that?
So it's just relaxed. Like
yeah, it's
extra. That feels good.
It's more like an experience though. That's
it's
that's
just
what
more
you're
experience. And then that's what I was always doing in the garage. I got videos of me using a facial steamer, and like it wasn't really. I was kind of like I'd probably say like I was probably like one of the first ones to start kind of like.
No, I remember you doing that for like a long.
Like I've always people were like why I remember to this day when I went into the shop in Sacramento when I first came in, people were like looking at me all crazy because I had the hot towel machine.
Oh, so and it was just you doing it.
It was just me doing it. I had the hot towel thing in my corner, and I had the hot steamer. I had the ring
And
light.
so it was always just only you. See, I didn't
was just-
realize.
Yeah, it was just me this is like when ring lights and stuff took off, like,
Yeah.
for, like barbershops and stuff. So like they're looking at me like, damn, he brought the whole shop with him. Like,
Yeah,
I came prepared. That's what I always wanted to do, like make sure I'm
And
set
that's good
when
because
I-
some people kind of are like, well, they'll be timid if it's like they're
Yeah.
going into some place that
Yeah.
like they just got hired. Like, I don't want to be like that guy or
Yeah,
whatever.
I want
You
to
know
be
what I
like
mean?
the guy. Like, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. But also it's
I
like
need that.
you were ahead of the jump.
And
honestly,
so like they seen, people in their chair like, damn, what's he over there getting? Like, he
Yeah,
getting
they're
a
like,
hot
how much is
towel.
that? And
It's
they're
like I don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
then it's like it's like the guy's not going to be like, oh, I can offer that now. He'd have to get all that shit. And so now it's like, I kind of might want to get my haircut with that guy who's like,
he's doing extra. Like,
Yeah.
damn, he's doing this. Like some people, I heard don't do the straight razor, like the after finishing touches. Like,
yeah,
it's just my work and it's what I got going out. Like,
yeah.
I've always been doing. It's just what I always.
But with
known.
you making it almost like an experience, it does make your stuff more valuable. It makes people be like, because maybe someone's like, they're like, I don't want to pay like $70, $50 to $60 for like a normal haircut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Exactly, 'cause,
but they'll pay $50, $60 for something that like is more of an experience. They're like,
exactly. So like,
what are your
I charge $100.
$100?
So it's like,
And what does that come with?
haircut, I'll wash your hair if needed, hot towel, and just like my experience through the years. Like you'll leave with a good cut. Like somebody's gonna notice you type stuff.
Yeah.
I want to give out the cuts that you get noticed for. Like you go to Supercuts or you just go to the $20 barber. A $20 barber could still be great, but one day he's gonna want to charge more. So it's like, I look at barbers, I'm like, you need to be charging more.
Yeah.
But they'll learn that with time because
and you built yourself up in a way that's like
so
you
over
showed
time,
the
like I
value,
didn't like I showed my value.
It wasn't like you were like $100 to starting out.
Starting out, yeah. So it's like right now, barbers starting out, they're charging damn near $40, $50. Like,
yeah.
And they're just starting out. When I started out, I was charging like
$15, $20, dude.
$7 like starting out.
Really?
7, 15 at most.
Uh-huh. How do you think because from when you started out to now, like the evolution of like the gear and stuff, because even with the camera gear or with like podcasting gear, like stuff like progresses, you know what I mean? And like I just got a tattoo from Ricky, and I never got a tattoo with a cordless.
Yeah, so that's the new thing.
You know what I mean?
Like
I was like, oh shit,
cordless
that's
clippers.
cool.
Like,
yeah,
that's one of the game changers.
It's like just so much easier.
So much easier. You ain't gotta like get your feet stuck in the cord, bring down another clipper, and then all the other clippers break.
Oh yeah,
So
and is there like a one size fits all clipper now? I mean, obviously you have like smaller ones for different things.
They got like guards that usually fit like other clipper brands guards. Like,
don't you sell gear too? Or
I used to.
Okay,
but
that's what it was.
I used to have a course in a barber course, and it was teaching like social media, just basically the things that I was doing that kind of took me off on Instagram.
Yeah.
But I kind of just laid back. I got tired.
It's honestly a lot of.
It's like you got to deal with the taxes, pay taxes on it quarterly because all that gets tracked.
Yeah.
When you're selling products online, so I was just like, I could do it, but it's just like
it's a lot of things.
It takes a lot of energy.
Yeah,
to do
exactly.
That, so I don't know. My focus is somewhere else.
Yeah. And so you went to that. You started out at the shop, started doing the hot towels and stuff, and then what kind of made you want to go to your own place? Or get your own.
It was kind of like. I love the shop. The shop that I worked at in Sacramento was the best shop that I've ever worked at. Could ever work at. So I'm like, I can never go back to another shop because I
great
just
environment.
know it wouldn't be the same. Great environment, great people. We still keep in contact. Everybody's doing great. But I was just like, especially being through it twice. I had my studio once and then having another studio twice. I'm like, it's making me realize like if you have your clientele like set and you don't really need walk-ins, like it's the best thing.
Yeah, that makes
you create your own vibe and your own atmosphere. You don't have to worry about nothing else. If you keep your spot cleanless, it stays clean. You don't have to worry about
somebody else coming
any
in.
extras.
Yeah.
So
you don't.
I
have
enjoy it a lot.
Room. It's by.
Yeah.
And so what are your other? So it's like, does it start at $100 and then it goes?
So it's just
up?
I kept it. I was doing facials and stuff, but I just keep it simple. I have so many clients now. I just rather just
keep it at that.
Just do haircuts or a haircut and a beard.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. Don't keep people confused.
Yeah. But you still do like the hot towel and everything.
The hot towel, yeah, everything.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, I just like to keep it. The thing I got the hot towel from, I used to watch movies and everybody was always using a hot towel, regardless if it was for a shave or not.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's what it was used for, but other than that, like, it's good to wipe the hair off the face.
Yeah, and it like opens up your pores and everything else. Like it
it feels better. Like there's a difference to it. It's a small difference. Small things make a huge difference.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Where were you during the pandemic? Were you at the shop? Or were you at the studio? Out of curiosity, like how was that for you?
The pandemic hit. I was at the shop at the time, and then I started cutting. After that, I cut for the next day that once, and then I just took the rest of the 3 months off.
Yeah.
It felt good.
Yeah, it slowed things down, huh?
Yeah. Like
honestly,
everything, you don't have to pay rent type stuff.
I kind of like think back to the pandemic. I'm like, honestly,
I want another break. I wouldn't be mad with another break.
I was like
being on Call of Duty all day.
I was like,
but be mad. That's one thing. I was like, how are we gonna do this? But I mean, we got through it. But yeah, it was a long time.
It just slowed things down. It kind of made you appreciate like the things in the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, and that's why I feel like coming out of the pandemic and in this area, kind of was like everyone was just more grateful, and you can kind of see it.
Facts.
And then like the fact that. Like
we got closer with our neighbors.
Yeah, exactly. And then like businesses wanted to lift up other businesses and things like that. And so it was a cool environment to come back to. And then now we're 2 years later or whatever, and it's like you just feel like at least normalcy again. You know what I mean? And it's cool feeling it in a place like because it was interesting because it's interesting for Merced because when they come back it was like we have all these new businesses open now, which is like I'm sure a lot of places it wasn't new businesses open. You know what I mean? So it was just fortunate that kind of came back and the city was kind of replenished.
Yeah, no. Merced is, I can see it growing. I'm waiting for that mall to go up.
Yeah, dude. Someone was like,
damn,
I had, you know who Terrell Green is? He's like the social media comedian. He's super funny. He's from Fresno. He does like reaction videos. But I had him on the podcast. What was my story I was gonna say about him? What were we just talking about before that?
The mall?
Oh yeah, and he was like, "Oh, I see you getting your mall redone," and I just started cracking up laughing as someone who's like not from here. I was like, "Bro, the mall's been getting redone for like 5-6 years, man." It was like
all of a sudden they get robbed too.
It's opening soon.
See, they get all the jewelry took.
Dude, you should see my I made a promo with it. It was so funny.
God.
It was the day after I had the mayor on, so it was like the mayor came on, and then like that happened like a couple days earlier.
Yeah,
and it was just like everybody smashing the jewelry store, and then I had put that green screen on, and it was like that playing in the background, everybody breaking shit, and then I like come up to the screen in a hoodie with like chains in my hand, and I'm like there's no time to do anything. We just had to run. Like I was like, also real talk's back, baby. Like that was it.
Yeah. But, like, I'm like, how y'all gonna escape Merced? Y'all gonna run into the police station?
But that's the same. Yeah, that's the same. No, that's the same group. They did like
they did Roseville, I think.
Roseville, Merced, they did Fresno, Modesto.
They went to Roseville, did that.
Yeah,
after,
it's all the same. It's all the same group, and they have their license plate covered. Like they just know mall security's mall security. Yeah. Like you know what I mean? Like, I always feel bad for the mall security.
Yeah, Roseville's not. Roseville ain't playing no more. They got security in the front now.
Really?
Yeah.
They got guns and stuff.
Yeah, they got a couple. They got one dude
Roseville's
here.
Like we got that money. Okay.
We got one at Louis Vuitton. We got one at YSL. Don't try it. One of my clients worked at Burberry before they had closed, and he wasn't working that day. But he showed me the video. I was like, damn. I'm like, what could you do? Like,
you can't do anything.
I'm not gonna like.
No one's gonna risk their life.
Go ahead, take it. I'm just working. Like,
and then I always think like that shit's getting sold probably for so cheap,
right? Like, or they're gonna get caught.
I always think that, dude. Have you seen all the videos of people? There's so many videos of people's cameras gear getting stolen, like in the Bay or LA. Like, literally just like film crews like people with guns just coming up to them taking like $20,000-$30,000 worth of gear and like whatever.
Well, no, it is.
And whatever footage. But I'm saying I know they're flipping it for like $5,000. You know what I mean? Yeah, like they're not knowing like sometimes at flea market. I used to go to flea markets all the time, but like they'll sell like lenses that are like $1,000 lens for like $100. I'm like,
where'd you get this from?
yeah, sounds good. I don't care.
I just need it. I'll test it.
Listen, I bought this at a flea market. Okay, I don't know what to tell you guys.
It works pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. And so, when did your social media really start taking off? Like, what do you attribute that to?
So it was like the first 6 months of being out there and like no clientele, just kind of sitting and waiting in the shop. promoting on social media, using hashtags. For doing that for like 6 months and like posting like good content.
Mm-hmm.
It went from like, because I think before I moved out there, I was like probably like under 3,000, probably 2,500 followers, and then started posting every day, maybe 2-3 times a day, and then, like I started noticing the numbers go up and up.
Mm-hmm. And it was just like haircut videos and different.
Videos. It was just simple haircut videos, you know.
And just as the time goes on, it's showing the fade.
Yeah, it all adds up. And at the time, you know, it was like perfect time. It's like you got to hop on at a certain time with like things, like kind of like TikTok. You know, if you hopped on at a certain time, like during COVID, and if you were consistent enough, you'd probably be booming.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And so at the time, like it was like at a time where like barber videos were just taking off. You know, people started getting more into watching. People that weren't barbers started getting into watching just haircut videos.
Yeah.
You know, I had people DM me like, bro, I just spent like a whole hour on your page watching haircut videos.
I listened to another podcast and the guy's like, he's obsessed with watching Puerto Ricans cut hair for some reason.
Yeah, Puerto Ricans are great barbers.
Yeah,
like,
and he was like, but he always talks about. He's like, I just fucking love it. He's like, I just love watching them.
They're really good, but you know they're not charging like out here. So I'm like, I look at their work. I'm like, you could be charging so much, like if you were out here. But I'm like,
well, then you got to build a clientele.
Even like out there, like I feel like you can charge. Like I feel like if I was in a spots where like somebody's, you know, they talk about like, oh, I can't charge that much here. People aren't gonna pay it. Like, well, somebody's gonna pay it and somebody's gonna want it. Like I'd rather stick to the people that want to pay the extra. You know, it doesn't have to be all the way up, but you know, as you make small progressions, people are gonna realize the quality in your service. You know, a lot of people are going up now. Like I went out, moving out to SAC, I was charging $30. So that was like the high. Like nobody was charging $30 out there.
I remember like
back when I was like, I left the garage and I seen this lady, she was cutting in Frisco and she was posting a whole bunch of haircuts, charging her $45, $50. I'm like,
how, huh?
How? I'm like, I'm doing, you know, no disrespect to her work, but I was like, you know, I have good work too. Why can't I be able to charge this? So I'm like, okay, I'm at least gonna charge 30 because I was charging like 20, 25. And you know, and it worked.
And with like, yeah, exactly.
And it worked out like
just
you know,
slowly, and then you just slowly
progressed. So I went from, you know, being in the garage at $15, $20 and then moving into Sacramento $30. And then within like a year, you know, I blew up on social media, getting a lot of more traction. So
what do you think it was on the social media? I know it was just you posting videos and stuff like that, but can you think of a time where it really was like climbing, like and growing?
Like, okay, so it was like, it went from, because I was gaining like 1,000 followers damn near like a week, just like by posting content.
Yeah.
Like, the algorithm's like slowed now because it's like I'm not really, it's like I don't have to do all this stuff. I'm comfortable where I'm at now.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to work my ass off. Like I'll still do quality content, but I'm not trying to be here all day.
You were grinding.
I was grinding it out
to get to where you are now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what
so
I mean?
like now I'm like burnt out, but I still got to keep up with the times type stuff. But like getting into it, like I understood that I had to do that. So it's like now I look back, I'm like, damn, like I did all that shit. Like one day, like not too long ago, I went through all my shit and like kind of deleted some stuff. I'm like, damn, like I was really doing the most. But I'm like, it got me to where I'm at. Like, you know, people
it's the trial and errors.
You know, people make fun of you. You know, they're gonna make fun of you in the beginning. But it's like damn, like in the end, they're gonna be like, damn, I remember. You know, he was posting all the time.
And it's always kind of scary to do that, put yourself in like uncomfortable situation. You're being vulnerable. You're putting yourself on a public place, like, and people are gonna, people have their opinions.
And people have that, you know, I have that feeling like, damn, like, you know what people are gonna think about me. But it's like now I just post, like.
But as soon as you don't stop caring about that, I feel like just good shit starts happening because you're finding out who you are without caring about what other people think.
Yeah, and people gravitate towards it, and some people don't.
No, but people like seeing genuine. You know what I mean?
And I gain clients by that. Like people are like, oh, you know, I see you have a family. You remind me of myself. Like I see you with 2 boys and this and that. I'm like, oh, okay, that's like.
Well, and it's cool because you are yourself. Like on social media, you
cooking,
are you.
Yeah, I'm smoking on the side. I'm playing with my kids. You know, I got my fiance.
And you're going to work.
I'm grinding it out. You know, I'm having fun when I can. And I'm just enjoying life.
Exactly.
And not caring, you know, what people think.
No, and I think that's the best way to. That's
the best thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. And did you guys have a house up there?
We stayed in a little townhouse out there.
Little townhouse.
Yeah. But yeah, everything's
just
perfect. Like if it wasn't for like I really genuinely feel like if it wasn't for the things I did on social media, like I wouldn't. Like,
no.
Like I wouldn't be in the position. I wouldn't be charging $100. Like,
it allowed you to do that, and that's a really. It's just a cool.
It's weird to say because it's like I know how people like. Damn,
I know you're. Yeah.
It's like from social media, like, and people think I get paid from social media. Like I get it. I tell people like I don't get paid from social media. They bring me clientele to where I got to work on their head for an hour. Like I don't just get paid for like.
Yeah.
I mean, I can like do like advertisement. People wanting to pay me, but like I've tried it in the past, but I just.
It's kind of hard.
It's like they want you to post a lot. I'm like, I'm not like.
Yeah.
You're pushing me to post, but like I'll post like when I want to post.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of like you're working for somebody in a way, and it's like I just want to really.
And it seems like you wanted to build yourself up to just be able to be like, I'm just handling my stuff.
Yeah, it was never to kind of like blow up. It was just kind of like showing people like who I actually am, like you know, and I'm here to enjoy.
And it's cool because like you're saying, you're at a position now. It's like if you like me, you like me. If you don't, what the fuck ever. Like
you'll still probably watch me. You'll still come back to me.
Yeah, exactly. And so are there other clients like throughout the years that like have you had like clients that have stuck with you since the very beginning?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank God for them. Yeah,
homies, huh?
Yeah. It's crazy. We look back. I'm like, damn, bro, I've been cutting you for like 4 or 5 years.
And then you get to realize like because I know the barber,
and I'm seeing like their kids grow up. Yeah. I'm like, damn, bro, like they're already this big.
Yeah.
And I think about my kids. I'm like, damn, like before you know it, they're gonna be taller than me.
It's like a community almost, basically, that you've built kind of around.
Yeah. So, I see all types of clients. Every week, clients. Every 2 weeks. Every 3 weeks. Every 4 weeks. Every year. Every 2 years. I see them all. So yeah. I'm thankful for social media and all that.
Yeah. No, it is it's
like I couldn't post. Like I couldn't be like, hey, you want a haircut? Come get cut by me. Someone's gonna be like, okay, how much do you charge? $100. Like, what the hell? Like,
then you
why do you charge it? Like, people still come up to my door, like, I'm cutting and like, oh, how much do you charge for a haircut? I'm like, $100, and they just walk away.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, you just like you asked. Like, don't be disrespectful about it.
Maybe you just
like,
have that outside the shop. Man.
I've had NBA players like
be like, that's too much.
Yeah,
like, bro.
I'm like, you came looking for me. Like, you came looking for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, you love my work. You compliment it. Like, oh, it looks like you really cut. Like.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I can, and that's why I tell barbers like don't really go out like, I mean you can if you want to go out and look for like NBA players and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I feel at the end of the day like some of them want like the hookup like oh I'm an NBA player
But it's also like I get upset about that too in the sense of like it's like hey like if you do respect my work then I want you to pay like.
Yeah, like and then like for me, like I want to pay for somebody's work. Like I know how it feels. Like I'm not here to like cheapball you. Oh, like let me get the hookup. Like I don't want that. Like I want to pay you.
There's a quote that's like talks about like you're like some friends with like a homie hookup, other ones don't. Other ones like want to pay full price because they want to be like, hey, no, I'm supporting you doing this. Yeah. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I always do that too. Like my barber, she charges like $70 or $80. I always give her what I make.
Oh, that's dope.
I just switch my time for somebody else's
time.
Exactly. It does the same thing as me because I'm telling them like you can do, especially if you got good work, you can do the same thing I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like with NBA players, it's like, bro, I could be like wanting to charge you more. You know what I mean? And it's like, because some people could be like, oh, I'm gonna cut.
They were like, how much for a house
hair?
call? They're like, how much for a house call? I gave them the price and then asked for like the end call. House calls, I do $300 for a house call.
What is it? Oh, to go with someone's house?
Yeah, to go to somebody's house. Like I rather.
Oh, really?
It's like you gotta kind of make somebody pay for you not having to go out your way to get uncomfortable in an uncomfortable state. Like I just want to be in my shop with all my equipment, a chair, I can lean you back, and give you the full experience.
You're like, I will come, but it's gonna be you're
gonna have to pay for it.
Yeah,
and stuff. But I've had clients and NBA players do that. But like a couple weeks ago, I had this NBA player. He was just like, how much for a house call? And then he was like, how much for in shop? He was like, oh, no, you too expensive. Appreciate it. I was like, okay, well, you came up to me.
Yeah.
You was just best off not responding. Like,
yeah.
Because I've hit some of, some players up, like in my home, in where I live, where I stay at right now and cut. I'm like, hey, if you need a cut, I'm out here. But that's like, I don't need you guys. I'm just letting you know if you need a barber.
Yeah.
Because I'm not that type of barber be like bragging like, hey, let me cut your hair because you're an NBA player. I don't want to do that because I respect my clients that book with me and book on my schedule. They respect my schedule weekly because I'm only there to work. And then after that, I'm just ready to go home and see my kids.
Yeah, but dip out. No other prior engagements.
I'm not there.
How long is a normal day for you?
A normal day, 9 to 5.
9 to 5?
9 to 5 or 8 to 5.
Every haircut about
hour,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, so I go by the hour.
You take a lunch or anything, or you just go through the day?
Lunch. I used to not take lunches.
Well, it seems like when it's
when you look at it, it kind of takes off like that's a lot of money during the month, but it's like it's really healthy for you to just take a break.
Yeah, for like freelance work, like because I did photography, I did video and editing and stuff like that, and some like I could sit at a computer for 8 hours and be editing stuff, you know what I mean, and not really think about taking a break. But then sometimes it's like you take a break, and then you feel better, and then you get more work done. Yeah, other time it's opposite.
Yeah, my boy Dunn, he always used to tell me just kind of like pause, you know. When you're doing so much, just kind of take a break and pause for a real second, even if it's for like 30 seconds.
I saw a freaking great quote by Robert De Niro. Can you please find? You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's this quote by Robert De Niro, and he was like, "Just be calm. Like when everything's going well, just be calm. Just kind of like appreciate the moment." But
yeah, I've been.
Oh, dude, Robert De Niro, just be calm. There we go, Duffy. I had to use you for something, huh? Right there, that video. Yes. Dude. Oh, you gotta be signed into yours, Duff. That way we get no ads.
Just be calm when things are going well. Be calm. Don't think you're on top of the world in the sense. You always got to be wary because I've seen it. I've seen people come. I've seen people go. I've seen them come. I've seen them go. You got to be chill. You got to like just take what's good in your life and move forward cautiously and carefully. And thank God that you have that. Just it's very, very important not to overextend yourself when you think you got it. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
My boy, he was like, he had to take me to the hospital. He's like, because I've been having like bad headaches. He was like, bro, you need to like chill out. Like I know you deal with a lot. You know, you take care of your family and this and that. He's like, I don't know how you do it, bro. I was just like, you know, I just try to stay calm and just kind of do what I have to do and not really like overthink it. Like even my girl starts overthinking stuff. I'm like, just like relax. Like, you know, it's a good day to be here. Like tomorrow's not promised.
Yeah, no, and it's so, good to it's good to kind of like obviously
it's like we don't think like that every day, but it's like
it's good to calm down and think like hey like we're here right now together, and like at this moment nothing else matters.
Exactly.
You know? Whether it's with your family, your friends, whatever, because sometimes you get caught up or you'll be with a friend and then I'll realize like I'm just on a phone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you're not enjoying the moment, and I guess to me like the only downside about social media is that kind of aspect is that it pulls people away from the real interactions. You know what I mean? And obviously, but everything has pros and cons. Like everything does.
Yeah, I'll be at home. You know, my kid's playing. He's like, Dad. I'm like, I'm on my phone still. You know, it happens to us. You know, we're human. You know,
exactly. No, yeah, exactly.
It has us. We're in a new era. You know, we can't help it. But as long as you notice, if you notice it, I feel like you know, as long as you notice it and you can cut it out when you can or when it needs to be cut out.
No, exactly. And there's it's about finding that healthy balance between it.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's hard when you're grinding though too. Like, you know what I mean?
Because I'll be up like just late at night for no reason. It's like, you know, I feel like you can be satisfied, but it's just always a grind. Like I can't stay in bed past 7. Like I feel like I always gotta be up.
I am the same way, dude. I cannot like 7's like sleeping in, and then I'm like I gotta do something.
Do something, even if it's just being up, just being on, like just trying to figure something out.
Yeah, I agree.
So
you're a morning person.
Morning person.
But
my girl's like, you're never in bed like on your days off. You're never.
But do you stay up late too? You said.
I do. Like I'll be up off like 6 hours of sleep.
6 hours is good though. I mean like. 6 hours is like my minimum that I feel like I can function good at.
Yeah.
It's like a good...
Yeah, 6, like when it starts winding, like I start winding down like my sleep hours.
5 or 4, then it's
right
like...
at 12, I start counting down my sleep hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right,
I get 6.5 hours.
At least 8 hours, and then when it hits 1, I got 7. When it's 2, I got 6.
Yeah.
I just got to leave the house by 8:30 to get to work at 9.
Yeah. And is your shop kind of far from your house, or is it like 30 minutes?
Like 15 minutes.
Oh, 15?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
not that bad.
Yeah.
It's like here to
And so are you in Sac, or are you in like Folsom or something?
Sac. I'm in Sac.
Sac,
yeah.
Like you're representing Sac over here, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy just being in Sac. Like I used to grow up going to Sac for our AAU basketball team.
Oh, really?
So I'm like, I kind of knew like the ins and outs of Sac. But
yeah,
it's like now I'm kind of like knowing about Sac a lot more.
Yeah, you're in it.
It's pretty cool. I love Sac. People from Sac don't love Sac, but it's like I'm from Merced, so I'm like I kind of.
No,
it's better than Merced. It's bigger.
Yeah,
There's a lot more things.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Merced's
Man.
lovely. You know,
No.
I'm not gonna hate on Merced. Merced is beautiful. And I can see the potential of Merced.
Yeah. No, and what I like about Sac, it's like it's the big city in the valley.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, I mean, Fresno's also
It's like people don't.
big city, but like Sac's just like and it's so funny that that's her state capital. Like
That's what I'm. That's exact. Okay, that's another reason why I moved there. I was like, you know, Sac is in California. California is like probably one of the hottest states.
mm-hmm.
You know, that people love to come to. I'm like, why isn't Sacramento like Sacramento? Like I know Sacramento should have like a lot of people coming through there. And Sacramento do have
Yeah, they do
a lot of celebrities coming through, and like it's like more low key because you know you got
It is a little more low key.
you got San Francisco, you got LA,
But I think that's why some people like Sac too.
It's
It's
so
a little more.
low-key.
Yeah, it's not like you go there and you're gonna be like.
like Odell Beckham's wife's from there. Like so, I'm known. He's from out there. Tony, what's his name? Eddie Murphy had a house in.
Oh, we're in Sac.
What is it? El Dorado Hills.
Oh yeah.
Past like Roseville area.
Yeah, that area. Damn.
A whole bunch of artists be coming through. Like
Mhm.
I seen Little Scrappy coming through our spot.
Well, there's a lot. There's a lot of venues too, like cool little.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of venues out
Yeah,
there.
No, and I like Sac too because to me it's like Sac is the Central Valley's big city.
Yeah.
And I always loved going to Sac because Sac just reminds me, honestly, when I'm there, like as soon as you get to like the suburban neighborhoods, I'm like, this just reminds me of home.
Like,
You know what I mean?
So where I stay at, it reminds me of just like the Yosemite area, like past Merced, like that corner pocket.
Yeah, it's like it's like basically like an area that's like it feels a little nostalgic, or like you still get that small town
home
vibe.
Yeah.
But it's a big city.
It's bigger.
You can go to the city.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
There's a downtown that you've with bigger buildings.
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah,
basketball arena downtown and all that. So.
There's teams. Yeah. It's just the
they got a
Kings. Is
lot.
it just the Kings? Is that all they?
They got.
Or is it
They got
Major
a.
League?
Was it MLS soccer?
Oh yeah, they have a soccer one now.
MLS
yeah.
team.
Yeah.
They're supposed to get a stadium.
A
soccer
there?
stadium. Yeah.
That's cool,
So hopefully that would be tight if it turned into a football stadium too.
dude. I know.
If Sacramento had a.
They should just
'cause
bring.
that's one thing.
What? Look up crappy NFL teams. What teams should come to? What teams? Or just like the Giants. I know that they're New York Giants. I'm
I
just
know.
kidding.
That wouldn't be too bad. I'm over here trying to think of one. The Browns.
Yeah, Cleveland. You don't need a team. You already have a bad name. Like the Browns is like a
Cleveland Browns.
Like where did that come
I mean, they could stay. They could just put a 33rd, have 33 teams.
Add another team.
What is it, 32? Have 33.
The words Jacksonville. That's what we need. There's already they already have the Buccaneers. Jacksonville. Us in California need another team.
They have.
There we go. Jaguars.
Well, if you think about it, Sacramento should.
Yeah.
Because over there on the East Coast, you know, it's more states, but
Yeah, exactly. But
we damn near cover up all the states.
we're basically the full
So
West
we got
Coast.
like we got
How many-
Frisco. I forgot about Frisco.
San Francisco. We don't
There's
have Oakland
3.
anymore. So Rams.
That'd be a perfect separation.
San Francisco Rams and who else?
My Chargers. I'm mad
Chargers.
they left
You're
San Diego.
Chargers fan?
Yeah.
Ever
I'm
since
mad
you're little?
Yeah, I'm mad they left San Diego. They were San Diego.
Oh yeah, and they just came up. Are they still? Do they have? No, they have.
They're LA Chargers.
Yeah, LA Chargers now. Is it just those 3 now?
Yep, just those 3.
Yeah. We have to replenish. Oakland left, so we need move someone.
Sacramento.
Move one up to Sacramento, and we got the Sacramento Jaguars coming up.
Sacramento Jaguars. Sacramento trees.
Yeah. Yeah, try to think of what it.
They took away City of Trees, and not a lot of people was happy about that.
Yeah.
It's like farm
Was that
to
what
fork.
was that their slogan or whatever?
Yeah, because you know that little water tower.
Yeah.
When you used to come into Sac, if you're coming off the 5, you used to say City of Trees.
And then they took that away now.
It's farm to fork. Well, yeah, because people were making T-shirts. You know, City of Trees.
Oh, that's cool though. Whatever.
I guess the trees are
Yeah,
I
no.
guess they are better out.
What trees we talking about as well? I guess too. We don't know. That's cool, man. What do you got? When they took what away?
The City of Trees.
Oh, when was it? I think it froze again. It's okay. 2017.
Yeah, that was like right when I moved out there.
Man, that seems like such a good name.
Yeah.
Sacramento City of Trees.
They had like hella trees though, so it made sense.
Welcome. Yeah, that's perfect timing too, because like when did marijuana legalize in California?
About like 2017.
Yeah.
2018.
Like it was, yeah.
So they probably knew that was coming.
Man,
change the name.
I'm so glad I grew up when I did. Like
Yeah,
I'm glad that we
glad
like
I grew
like
up.
90s babies are like the progress. You get to see progression of like TVs, technology, radio, podcast, like literally everything.
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of cool, and it's even crazy when you think about your parents' age. Like you've also like lived through all like you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
you guys got to live through like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
and then also all this shit.
It's just
too.
crazy, like being able to FaceTime my parents
Yeah.
and them seeing it, like them seeing my kids.
Yeah,
Like back then, like when I was growing up,
if you live 2
only-
hours away, they're only gonna see
they're only
them
gonna see us like
whenever you come visit or whenever they come visit.
drop us off when the parents need a break. Like,
Yeah, and social media now, yeah, at least you get a post.
You
to
see 'em every day now.
Yeah,
and like back then, you used to have to like send letters through like birds and shit. Like,
yeah,
back in, like, the
pigeons and
fucking-
shit. When
Hopefully, they don't get eaten by.
when
eagle.
did they look up? When did they send like pigeon like what years
Pigeon
was
letters?
pigeon letters? That and then they do like hawks and shit.
Yeah.
Pigeon mail, yeah, look that shit up.
It was
Early history, probably forever, right? How do they train them though? I don't get that. I still don't. Like, how do you train a pigeon?
I don't know.
I thought they were stupid, right?
Do they have like pit stops, like how truckers
Yeah,
do?
yeah. They're like, I'm gonna get some water. They're like, no, we can't have you drinking water. You're on the clock.
It's a little storm out here.
How do you train? Yeah. For mail. We don't need that.
Oh, you have to tell them where you want them to go, and that's the only way they go.
What do you mean? Just tell them?
Just tell
If
them.
I wanted to send you something, we'd have one pigeon that would send.
Oh, back and forth. And so it flies there, chills.
Oh, okay.
And then
I thought
flies-
you were just like a bird. go
Yeah,
fly over.
yeah, exactly. I thought you just knew,
Go
dude.
fly over to Wisconsin or something.
I wonder if
The
they.
house is just where they eat.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So maybe you couldn't go as far as I'm thinking. I'm thinking like you can go statewide.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, go to New York, fly over there. It's fucking on a fucking like 4-week
Is
journey.
that how the what was it? The Wright brothers invented the plane?
500 to 800 miles a day.
Holy,
That's 60 miles an hour.
it's probably faster than USPS, United States. Yeah, United States Postal Service. Honestly, actually, the United States Postal Service surprised me on their speed because everyone was talking shit about them. I don't know why, but I remember they were for a while. And like, I sent something like in like standard mail, and it'll be like it got to Ben in like 2 days, and it got to Brian in 2 days. One of my friends lives in Oregon, one of them lives in Missouri, and I'm like, that should take Washington. Sorry, yeah, Chris lives in Oregon. But 2 days is pretty quick, like
Yeah.
for a standard mail. I'm like, I don't even understand how you guys got it over there that quickly.
Out of everybody's mail, like how do you separate all
I
that?
don't know, man. It seems very confusing. One of my friends used to be a mailman. He said he's not that complicated. And I was like, really? It seems like.
It seems like a
How
whole-
does more mail not get lost?
Exactly. That's what one of my clients. He works at USPS.
Uh-huh.
And he works like in a little factory part. I was like, how does it organize? Is it just scan? He was like, yeah. Because I seen videos like on TikTok,
Oh yeah.
like mail's going like different ways. I'm like, how the hell does it? Well, you
But
know,
still, what scans what though? You know what I mean? Like if you
like
send
the address, like
I know, and then it just.
but technology, I can't blame it. So
Yeah, I know. No, I was looking at Duffy. I was like, how does mail work? No, just kidding. No, you're like, I don't know, man. I was like, I can find out for you though. That's funny. That's funny. And so your shop's up in Sac. What's it called again?
Barbersign Productions Hair Studio.
Barbersign
I
Production.
want to
Hair
change the name.
Studio.
Probably just gonna change it. To
Barbersign Co.
Ty Barbersign Studio.
Type
Keep it
Barbersign?
simple.
Yeah.
I feel like I like being more simple. Like
How about just barber? I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm just
I
kidding.
it's too simple. It's too.
Just
I
B,
gotta-
man. Just
I
B.
just gotta be. I don't know. B Studio. TBS Studios. But I didn't want to be like the real. What is there? Isn't there a TBS?
Oh yeah,
Like a-
TBS. yeah,
like a
there is
show.
definitely a TBS. No, it's
Yeah,
it's
so I don't
the
want
new
them
the
to,
network.
yeah, I don't want them coming after me.
Yeah.
You got a TBS Studios. I'm gonna need
They're
you to
like,
take
you
this down.
realize that we've had a studio for like 120 years. Like, yeah, I know. I just
I
thought
just thought it was.
it was
It's
unique.
not the same name.
Yeah, yeah. TBS. Yeah, so you're up there. I mean, you're not really taking new clients, so I guess. But I mean, people can find you on social media, yeah.
Yeah, social media.
And so Ty Barbersign, is that what it is?
TYBARBERSIGN.
TY. I'm just gonna do it too. Ty Barber sign.
I thought I was going to say my email real quick. It was at yahoo.com.
Yeah, because my email is just like,
I hate having to save that shit because I have underscores. So I have like TY_Barber_ sign.
I felt your underscore. You're like, oh man, like I wasn't the first one to get this. Yeah, actually, I was.
It's crazy how emails are important.
Yeah. Well, though, especially when you get into business, it's like.
Well, I remember like in 3rd grade, I was like, why are we making an email?
Yeah, you're like, what are we doing with this? Going to the computer lab.
That was like the only thing that mattered.
Mm-hmm. When you were in high school, did you have Chromebooks? Or no?
We didn't get to take them home.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
had 'em,
okay.
though. But I think like the year after us, they got to take them home.
Yeah. So you were still, yeah, exactly. And because I had one of my cousins on, and he's like what does he do? School board employee? What is he? Oh, do you remember? Something like that. But when he was he was like 5 years younger than me. But when he went to school, he had Chromebooks and everything. And I was like, it's crazy to think in 5 years, like everything was on Chromebooks because you still doing work. Yeah, you had books and
we had
and locker and shit like that.
Yeah, we had books.
There's no books anymore, bro.
Books?
It's online or the classroom.
math
the
or
classrooms.
no
The classrooms have the books.
History book.
The classrooms have the books, but it's not like
you take them anymore.
yeah at all. It's just like you use them.
I remember carrying binders.
They also don't use lockers anymore,
books.
dude. No lockers.
Are you serious?
Not at all. Like I've never seen one kid in
Did you
like.
go to Buhack?
You have to Buhack.
They don't use those lockers. I went to Buhack.
Yeah. Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
I had no idea you went to Buhack.
Wait, you said 2011?
Yeah, 2011. So we went
Got
to
there in
school.
2009.
Yeah, we went to school together for sure.
Yeah.
That's wild. I don't remember you either, man.
Ricky told me that too. I'm like, I don't remember.
I honestly, when you were like saying stuff, I was like, I thought you went to like Merced High or something.
I was playing sports. So I don't know if you remember me playing sports.
I don't know, man. I mean, it could just be the age difference too, of 2 years, just not two different social groups.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, that's really wild. I didn't know that. But yeah.
No more lockers, huh?
Dude, no more lockers at all. Like, I'm talking, never seen one kid at any school open a locker. And I was a substitute teacher for far too long, like 5 years, basically. Like
in high school, doing high school stuff.
Yeah. I was and it was doing high schools, and it was just like never once. And I was always like, wait, they don't have like. I was like, don't you guys still? Because they always like come to classrooms like, hey, can I leave my bag here? I'm like, why don't you just fucking put it in your locker? Yeah. I don't even know if I think they'll give them lockers if they ask, but no one like, maybe that's not a cool thing to do anymore.
Damn. That used to be cool though.
Yeah, it's kind of like a high school thing, lockers. Like, like even if you watch a movie, like an old school movie, it's like going to the lockers and stuff like that. So much stuff happens at the lockers.
Damn.
Now, how everyone's just on their phones, TikToking.
That's a new thing too. I bet you those teachers. Oh, did you guys see a lot of kids?
Oh,
no,
that.
I remember if you got caught with your phone, they were taking
it away. You couldn't even be on your phone at lunch, which was wild. I was like, "What are you talking about? It's lunchtime."
Yeah, exactly.
They're like,
lunch
"No."
too. Yeah. They're on
now,
their phones now at lunch, huh?
Yeah, especially like when you're a substitute teacher. I'm like, as long as you're chilling,
Just
being
chilling,
quiet,
you're not doing nothing.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like you can be on your phone.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, times are changing, man. Isn't that wild?
To be like on your side hip at lunch.
Yeah. You have to hide, and they'd be like, "Give me your phone," and then you have to like go all the way at the end of the day to go get it. I'm
when was the last time you teach?
No, like a couple months ago.
Oh, do they still make kids wear lanyards on their ID?
Oh,
or they stopped.
I think they stopped that.
Okay.
It was a little, yeah. They were like making every kid wear during the pandemic, especially because it was like,
because
certain kids are coming on these days, other kids are coming on the other days, trying to make sure balance it out.
Yeah,
that was wild. But they were also paying ridiculous for like substitutes. It was like you're getting paid like a teacher. I was like, whatever.
Yeah,
it was wild. But anyways, hey man, I want to thank you for coming on. I had a great conversation with you. I really enjoyed it.
I appreciate it.
It was great catching up again.
I love what you're doing. Keep doing.
Dab me up.
Keep doing your thing.
Exactly, man. Thank you. This is it. Real talk. Whatnot.
Real talk. That's what